Lesson 130. It is impossible to see two worlds.
Hi there. Shall we take another step in learning how our thoughts create our reality? We might overlook this at first glance, but here's what today's lesson 130 might also be about.
It is impossible to see two worlds.
Our perception is consistent. What we see reflects our thinking, and our thinking reflects our choice of what we want to see. Our values determine this because what we value is what we want to see, believing what we see is really there. We cannot see a world our mind has not accorded value to, and we cannot fail to look at what we believe we want. However, who can really hate and love at the same time? Who can desire something they don't want to be a reality? Who can choose to see a world they're scared of? Fear can make us blind because it can prevent us from seeing what we fear. Therefore, love and perception go hand in hand, while fear obscures in darkness what's really there. What are the projections of fear on the world we see? What can be seen in the darkness cast by fear that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains are things that we imagine but don't exist. How can these hallucinations born in panic be real? What would you want that this world is offering you? What would you keep from this fearful dream? Everything we think we see is a product of fear, all separation, all distinctions, the multitude of differences we believe the world is made up of. They are not there. Fear has made them up. We can see them, but they remain unreal, they aren't really there. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Let's waste no more time seeking what cannot be found. In this video series, we've discussed a few times how we live in two parallel worlds, and we already mentioned that we can only see one world at a time. Today's lesson affirms this truth with certainty. It's impossible to see these two worlds at once because one is the opposite of the other. They have no overlap of any kind, no connection at all. If we focus on one, the other will vanish. Only one can remain. These are the options of the decision we must make. The only choices we have are between the real and the unreal. No compromise is possible. The world we see is proof of the choice we have already made. However, what we will learn today is more than just that we cannot see two worlds. Today's lesson teaches us that the world we see is consistent from the point of view from which we see it. It's all one piece, working together because it all stems from the same emotion and reflects this emotion in everything we see. In other words, if this emotion is fear, the whole world of fear will be cast into our perception. If we align with the love of God, another experience will await us in our perception.
It is impossible to see two worlds.
6 times today, we will take 5 minutes to give thanks and gratitude for this thought that will end all compromise. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, and we won't bring with us any part of unreality. We will devote our minds to finding only what is real. Let's begin our practice periods by asking for strength greater than our own. Let's recognize that we are seeking the other world and that we do not want illusions. Let's come to these 5 minutes emptying our hands of all the petty things of this world. Let's wait for the help God will give us as we say,
It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance.
It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance.
It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance.
God will be there, for we have called upon the great power that will help us take this giant step. We will see His gratitude, and we will not doubt because even if this is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that our eyes have ever seen before. And we will know that God's strength gave us the power as we made this choice.
It is impossible to see two worlds.
Let's dismiss temptation easily today. Whenever it arises, let's just remember the limits of our choice, that we can only choose between the unreal and the real, the false and the true. Our perception will be consistent with our choice, and either hell or heaven will come to us. Accepting even a small part of hell as real will damn our eyes and curse our sight. We will behold only hell, and hell will become our entire experience. However, we still have the power to choose heaven to replace everything that hell shows us. All we need to say to any part of hell that manifests in our experience, whatever form it takes, is simply this:
It is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want.
It is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want.
It is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not a part of what I want.
Amazing, right? As you may have glimpsed during this course, this is not about seeing the bright sides of things, but claiming the truth of another reality and manifesting it in our experience. Let's notice something subtle though. As mentioned in the latter part of the lesson, if we allow a little bit of hell to enter into our experience, we will be perceiving the other world we are trying to transcend. In other words, if we judge, if we attack, if we fall into temptation in believing we are separate from one person, we're already in the world of fear. If we hate just one brother, we have already fallen out of heaven. But as this lesson affirms, we still have the power to make another choice and manifest a totally different reality. This is indeed a course in miracles, and you are doing great. See you tomorrow for another miraculous lesson. Quick note before you go. Making these videos is a labor of love, but it's still financially challenging. If you've found value in what you've watched, please consider supporting with a donation. Even the humblest contribution means the world and ensures the continuation of these daily lessons. Thank you for your generosity.
Did you enjoy the video and find it helpful? Please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day. And if you've been with us for a while, please consider supporting the channel. There's a lot of love behind these videos. Check out the video description for more details.